Let's do an update video. This is Joe's cracked injector tip. We still don't have the wind deflector on. Darian headed this thing up. We're gonna go take it for a drive real quick. New harness. I mean, another one is born. Of course, it was already studded, so we only did one side when we replaced cylinder head. I don't remember how many injectors we put in it. Let's see. I'm not even gonna hook to it. We've already done it. I'm going to work in the morning. I'm gonna fire this truck up. This will be a material delivery truck. Chatter sounded pretty good. Let's see. I'll buy that. No truck, honestly, in the history of mankind has ever been done. So what we're doing right now is hydro boost, because I guess it leaks on the ground. So what I'm gonna do is go drive it and make sure the gearbox feels good. Because if the gearbox doesn't feel good, with what this truck is gonna do, he's gonna be hauling it across country, have drivers in it. We need the steering tight. If there's an issue with the steering, that's why I'm diagging. That's why I'm gonna go drive it right now. Just like jumping in it and going to drive. I don't need no computer to diag steering or drivetrain. So if the gearbox is loose, we're probably just gonna throw the whole thing on it. Hydro boost, pump, gearbox, the whole thing. Flush out the cooler, just start all over from scratch, clean it all out. You guys might flame me a little bit for a gearbox. Gearbox is very, very easy to change. Minutes. So I don't know, I'm up and down on Redhead and Blue Top. I mean, Blue Top's never really done much, but Redhead, I mean, they haven't done anything for us. Let me just say that. And I've had a couple of issues with them and they shunned me off. So basically what I'm getting at is we're probably gonna throw a freaking parts store pump on our gearbox. We'll put a Ford pump and it'll probably be a parts store hydro boost and a parts store gearbox. That just, if something happens with it, you can absolutely just go grab another one. I mean, they take care of you. They won't even question it. You walk in with a gearbox, they're like, oh, here's another one, there you go. A crappy thing to say would be if it takes 10 times to get a good one, at least you finally got a good one. And then you can have it and hold it and cherish it for the rest of your freaking life, right? Because I'm not seeing anything that works like that. Seems like everything we get, you have it for a couple of years and we got to revisit it. I got more ruptured oil coolers running around right now. Ford oil coolers that are OEM oil coolers. Gaskets are good, seals are good, everything's good. They're rupturing. I haven't mentioned that yet. I don't think I have, but I've got quite a few of them. I mean, the Ford oil coolers now, guys, all these jobs that got done about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't care where you were in the whole dang country. I bet you got a black ring around your degas bottle now because oil coolers are going and it sucks. I mean, I buy the same ones everybody else in the country buys. And let's see, in the last 4 months, I have probably had to warranty 5 of them. And I think I have 4 or 5 more out running around. I'm trying to chisel them away. I'm trying to because they're years old, but that's horrible. So that's what makes me a little frustrated is now I really should take care and eat it and just get them oil coolers changed because I'm the one that decided that, hey, Ford oil cooler is the best one you can get, so let's go with that. And it's biting us in the butt. The best commercially available, that is the arguable term for what parts you put on. I haven't figured it out yet. We're still experimenting, we're still playing, we're putting new parts on every day. That's why I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I'm not going to pull no punches. I mean, everybody, the owner, everybody in the world will know that I put a parts store part on this truck. I mean, absolutely, we can call and get whichever one we want. History of parts has shown that cost versus benefit is not there. Not on all the parts. Now, I don't want to bag on everybody, but Moog, Redhead, Ford, I mean, it's very easy to get burnt when you think you're buying a good part. That's all I'm getting at. Let's go drive this real quick. This is such a tight squeeze out here. If somebody wanted to steal one, they're probably going to hit 4 or 5 of them trying to get one out. It's a daily puzzle. Sure wouldn't mind getting this shifter. We're going to have to address that. You really can't do much diag if you don't have an imaging camera, thermal imaging camera. For about 60 degrees, I really only feel that you can evac so many times before you put an accumulator on it and, you know, put a new orifice tube on it. I mean, I really think even if you evac the charge, it just acts funny. The more you evac, the more that you evac and refill, because I got a habit of, honestly, I'm not real good with the gauges. There's science behind that, barometric pressure and temperature and ambient temp and humidity and all this stuff. I don't know all those numbers, so what I tend to do is just evac and refill, recover it. And then the better you want it to be, the harder you evac it down, whether it be a half hour, a freaking hour, whatever you want to do. I mean, 10 minutes is what the machine stops at. Go 10 minutes, sit 10 minutes, hit it for another 10 minutes. Put the oil in it, put an accumulator on it. I'll drill the bottom of it and measure the oil that's in it. And same with the compressors and all that if we replace that. I mean, this ain't too bad. It's 60 degrees, but I wouldn't write a note to your family about it. That's for sure. It's Friday. All kinds of busy. It's crap. We're going for a trip this weekend. This TVC fault. I mean, there's a percentage, you're probably 70% chance that it's actually the controller. Now that 70% chance would also mean that you don't have a flatbed on, because if you have a flatbed on, now your percentage of it being the brake controller changes to about 40%. Drops way down. A factory truck with the factory bed with the plugs all on it, if the plugs look good and you got TBC fault, 70% of the time it's going to be that. And actually, I don't do much diag on TBC faults when it comes to flatbeds. And if you really want to tell the truth, I generally don't do anything at all, period, with flatbeds. I don't touch lights. I mean, I'll do them on my own truck, but it is not cost efficient because I wind up losing so much time because I want to put it in non-split wire loom and I want to do all this and make it nice, and it's just not cost efficient. Something like that. Yeah, I just don't do it. I can't do it. I shouldn't do it. Let's say that. I shouldn't do it. I took it down the highway. Somehow I didn't catch it. Technology, not always the best at it, but steering's tight. I'll buy that. We're good. Maybe some cruise control. That'd be nice. Put a hydro boost in it. Put the wind deflector on it. Update to the cracked injector bore. I think I said injector tip in the early part of the video. The cracked injector bore. The one with the advanced injector sleeve kit. Yeah. This one we opted to go ahead and put a cylinder head on it, and a full set of injectors, engine harness, all that. Well, they got the hydro boost all done, fluid in it, bottle clean. I bet you he'll get that clean before it's over. There you go. The steering was tight. The steering was good, so we'll call that done, and very good.